comes out March 16th, I believe it said.
Oh, it's a long wait.
Awabi Julie. So basically you've got slices of steamed abalone
Yeah.
on top of a bonito dashi gelée with some uni, some imported uni on there.
And there's the abalone on top.
Yeah.
Wow, so
It looks like a savory sundae.
yeah. But March is a long time to wait. So for now, you can have something like this. It's the hamachi with jalapeno.
So for those of you who love Nobu, and because Nobu did a little bit of that Japanese with a Latin twist, and he had hamachi with thin sliced jalapeno. This is a little different, but it's along the same, I guess, vein of or spirit of the dish. And the thick slices of hamachi are actually just beautiful. They just melt in your mouth. So
And you're gonna see it on the pupu menu, the nebatoro.
And just for reference, they have bento style, more composed, complete meal concepts for lunch, but dinner is more sort of the izakaya way of ordering. So it's going to be small plates, small bites, shared obviously, but you're not going to get the miso soup and the rice and the tsukemono and all those accoutrements with the dish. It's really a la carte, so to speak. But I think that's the beauty of the dining, because you get to have so many different flavors and you're not committing to one particular main dish.
But it's such a treat being here because not too many people know about it right now. So it's kind of like a best kept secret in town. It's one of the chefs who used to be at Kaiwa in Waikiki, and that was a really good restaurant.
It was one of my favorites. They were known for a lot of dishes, and one of my favorite things was actually a Maui, or it was actually, I should say, an onion salad dressing. It is beautiful, and they have that here. So the chef's slowly infusing into the menu his masterpieces. Enough talk, let's eat.
Yeah.
And we've got a little bit of yuzu soda,
Oh yeah.
losing some of the pickles on top. There you go.
This is a pretty big jalapeno.
Are you scared, lightweight?
I'm kind of scared because it's kind of big. And I'm not even a lightweight. It's hard to hold the fish over the jalapeno.
There's a little bit of heat. It's more like a bell pepper with heat.
They're crunchy.
That hamachi, voluptuous. That's the best way to describe it. It just kind of veneers your palate.
So good. Yeah.
That ponzu is nice.
So it has the jelly on the bottom.
I call it gelée because it sounds fancy. Fancy.
Probably shoyu, right?
It's it's got
Ponzu.
probably it's a bonito dashi, but it looks like there might be some.
How do you do this?
I think I just lift it. It looks like because you can only see layers of that.
I don't think so. No, it's one piece.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well let's see how we're gonna. I'm the man, so I have to cut it out, right?
Man.
So you can lift it apart. So
It's a fight over uni.
there. Whoa. Okay. See, I've done it.
Okay.
Got it all separated out
And
here.
we have our other serving chopsticks. I'm gonna grab some abalone while he's fussing with the uni.
Fussing and splitting it up so you can have your fair share. There's a little citrus in there. I didn't squeeze anything on it. But
I didn't either.
I think I'm gonna
I
just
don't
try it. Yeah. I love uni by itself, so let me give that a shot.
Alright, look at dashi.
Wait, the dashi is good.
Dashi, jaga.
The uni, oh my gosh. Uni can be, if it's not the best uni, there's an iodine or kind of a medicinal note to it. It tastes like what you'd imagine a wet bandit to taste like. But this one, it's just so subtle. It's slightly sweet, it's creamy, and it's for uni non-lovers. I think this is kind of good training wheels for uni.
Abalone is so tender.
Oh no.
Our baby.
Mushi awabi
Baby abalone.
or steamed abalone was always my favorite. When I went to Skiyashibiro, I can't speak anymore. Skiyashibiro. What's wrong with my? I can't say it anymore. Went to Jiro from Jiro's. Skiyashibiro. from Ginza Dreams of Sushi.
He's so stunned by the beauty of his dish.
It is.
He can't even speak.
But no, that abalone made me just go crazy and all. And this does it justice.
Yeah. There's a lot of jelly on there.
But you know, the abalone doesn't need anything.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's
so
really seasoned perfectly.
Oh, underneath there's seaweed too.
Oh yeah.
Just gotta keep digging and you find stuff.
That is really, really good.
So good. And when you eat the seaweed, it feels like it's so good for you. So good.
Good for you. Good for you.
A lot of vitamins in there.
Wait, hold on.
Just tell me when.
Okay.
Wow. It's going over the Kipikala Salad.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. Next, we have a little bit of a local nod with a Kipikala Salad. We kind of demolished it
There's
already,
some egg in there though. Let's go.
but it also
fried egg.
has watercress, which is really good for us.
Yep. And some, looks like some eringi mushrooms, tomatoes, and a very light dressing. That's how this is.
And this watercress isn't too bitter.
Peppery, nice salted note. That's such a good Kipikala.
I know, and it's not
Wow.
like dry and it's not hard. It's kind of like soft but nicely salted.
I'm going to just order the Kipikala and have that as a snack.
And the dressing is good.
It's really light. It doesn't steal from the composure of the dish.
Because at first it looks really heavy. But when you're eating it, it's not heavy at all.
It's really nice and balanced, this dish. And it's healthy, but yet you don't feel like you're eating healthy. Come on, because you got the egg, you got the meat,
so
and all that.
rich.
Wow.
And even the mushroom is savory.
I remember this dish from Kaiwa.
Oh really?
Wow.
Well, I remember a lot. All I remember really is the lotus pancake or the lotus pizza.
The hearts of palm, tempura. Oh my gosh. The salad dressing for sure. I was hoping that they would make the shuttered chicken, which is sort of like a Japanese warmed version of a whole ginger chicken, except instead of ginger, it's really got more sesame notes and scallions. That was one of my favorite dishes there.
So good.
This dish is one of the signatures of Chef from Kaiwa. I eat it all the time. What is she doing? This is the heart of palm tempura. Really crisp. The heart of palm is awesome because it's got this starchiness that is different from potato. It's a little bit more crisp and it's got a little bit more of the crunch in the texture in it. And it's got this kind of a fine salt, as Nadine showed you. And you sprinkle a little bit on that and it really brings out the sweetness of the heart of palm. It is one of my favorite dishes. It always has been, and it continues to be even now that Chef is here at Sakura Terrace. We'll see what Nadine says. I'll do a half. I'll do the whole big piece, but no, I better not.
Somebody better take the shiso.
You take the shiso. This one, oh, the salt necessary.
Dipping the salt.
Let's put it on. It's easier. How's the texture of that?
I like the texture.
Really good texture, right? It's something so different that you don't normally get in a tempura regularly, and it's a beautiful synthesis of Hawaiian ingredient. Well, it's a Hawaiian ingredient concept, right? More chefs, I think, learn about hearts of palm coming to Hawaii and working with Food and Wine Festival. But yet it's got that Japanese sensibility with the tempura, which all locals love anyway. And then instead of the tensuyu or the dipping sauce, you don't need that. You need the salt because it just transforms the flavor with this beautiful sweetness, a natural sweetness.
So unusual. But when you first bite it, it feels softer than a potato. But then you get the crunch
Crunch of it.
afterward.
It's a great texture.
Yeah.
It's a great flavor. And it's sweet. Have you had your palm tree for today?
And more nutritious than a potato.
Oh.
but it's hard.
It was deep fried.
Yes, and we're so anxious to eat it.
I know.
So
You can't stop eating this thing. You must down it.
be careful when you bite it.
Oh,
Hot stuff. This is what I talked about earlier, the Renkan pizza or lotus root.
yeah. Japanese and Chinese
With,
both appreciate lotus root.
3 kinds of cheese on it.
Yum. It's a pizza basically in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they serve a nice little tureen of Tabasco.
Yeah,
Because
I
Japanese love pasta and pizza with Tabasco. So I don't just drip it because I love spicy,
But
so I douse it.
It doesn't need it though.
Oh, it needs it. I love the acidity. The Tabasco's got the vinegar, so I think it lightens the cheese richness. And the texture of the lotus root is
Oh, I like
really beautiful.
I like that
It's
cheese
crisp.
richness. I don't need that watered down.
Oh no, I love it with the
But
acidity.
we've all had this before, and
We all love it.
It's just like crunchy with that rich cheese in it, and it's like nice brown and crusty. So good.
This is quintessential Kaiwa cuisine.
Yeah,
Missed that place, but I'm glad they're here.
Yep.
Go for it.
I know. Oh,
Oh, dangerous.
let's not crack the plates while we're here.
And you got the little monjayaki spatula. Oh my gosh. Yeah, sure.
There's the cheese.
The sound effect would have been went wah 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 wah.
Oh, and my plate is kind of wet from the
I
dressing.
know. I don't like when my foods fraternize with each other.
That's okay.
But it is
Won't
good.
be there long because I'm eating all of this.
Yeah. Let's scarf this down. I need Tabasco.
I have cheese challenge.
Tabasco. Oh, oops, okay, maybe not that much Tabasco, but but I do like it spicy. Okay.
Crunchy.
Oh,
And since it's a vegetable, not bread, it's
It's
like
not.
better for you.
it's not a carb.
Not far.
Cheese. Not healthy. But at least you're not eating carbs with
it.
it, so it doesn't turn to fat in your body. That's what I understand, right?
I have no idea.
Some believe.
I have to research it. So good.
Oh, it needs Tabasco. That acidity just breaks it all up. Need.
Yes. So here we have the Daikon topped with foie gras, and it's like such a generous piece of foie gras because when you usually order it, it's usually tiny because people can't eat much of it because it's so rich.
Rich. Let me just stab it.
No, I'm gonna just grab the top first.
Just
and
sort of
then
reconstruct it
grab
onto
the
her
bottom.
plate.
Yes. It's less risky that way. But you can see on the bottom there's that pool of oil from the foie gras.
Yeah. So I will just do this. Voila. How is that?
So decadent.
Well,
The foie gras is nice because it's like seared crispy on the outside and inside that pure liquid fat. That's so good.
it is. Normally, foie seems to pair well with something sweet or something acidic. You kind of want that contrasting note. This one, there's a slight astringency from the Daikon, but it's interesting. It's a really different style, but the foie is seared perfectly.
It provides a little bit more balance because the foie is so fatty.
But the Daikon is juicy
Yeah.
and light in a sense. So it's kind of
It's clean.
it's a very clean way of representing the foie, the flavors of the dish. Wow. I just did it in one swallow. Gone.
I'm savoring every small bite. So Sean was just talking about how tight his pants are.
Yes, this is getting tighter by the minute.
And it'll be more tight because we're gonna dig into this 2-day marinated salmon. I mean not salmon, but miso butterfish.
Yeah. Something about Hawaiian butterfish misoyaki. I think it's one of the more popular dishes for locals to order in a Japanese restaurant, and likewise, it is the most popular dish here, I believe they said.
Yeah.
Which is not surprising because we just love butterfish. I mean,
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know what butterfish is, they call it salted cod sometimes.
Black
or
cod.
Black cod.
The vaunted black cod.
Right. So the Japanese call it gindara, and it is one of my favorites too. So 2 days marinated in miso. That's a pretty impressive amount of
And
time.
this one, I don't know if you noticed, but it's really dark. It looks like the color of salmon.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it.
Yeah.
You're gonna try that big shishito to start?
No, you can.
No. Well, it's I've always picked the one that has that special luck. It turns out to be the spiciest
Special luck.
one.
No luck.
You want to squeeze a little bit of sriracha?
Yeah, why don't you?
Okay, I'm gonna use my fingers.
Okay.
And
Use your finger. Yeah.
okay, there we go. Just a little bit. We don't
Yeah,
want
just a
it
little
over.
bit. 'Cause we like the sudachi anyway. Oh.
Oh, it smells so good. Did you smell that? The aromatic. Wow.
It's just falling apart with the chopstick. So I have to push it over. It's not tender.
Oh, it's fall apart, huh?
Yes.
What about your shishito?
I don't need shishito.
Oh, look at that!
I
It
just
just
need the
buckled
butterfish.
under the weight. Oh, look at that! How it just flakes apart like that. Wow. Okay, shishito. Let's do that. How's this?
It's buttery.
Buttery?
It's kind of like
Like
the
butter?
kind of like how the foie gras was so rich. This has like similar richness. Like the liquid oozes out.
It's moist. It's juicy even, but it's unlike some places where it just kind of mushes in your mouth. This has got an actual texture. There's a little bit of chewiness, a toothing quality that makes it really nice.
Yeah. So good.
Wow. Okay. Here's the shishito.
So good.
It's not the spicy one. Dodge that bullet. Wow. That is really.
I can see why it's the most popular dish on the menu.
I'm already a big butterfish misoyaki fan, so. But this is.
Everybody
Wow.
loves butterfish.
It's got a great texture, a great firmness, a great chew to it. Almost fibrous.
So good.
Wow. Yep, works for me.
Everything has been good tonight.
And my pants is getting tighter. I should have worn elastic stretch pants.
That's what I did.
It's just not cool for a guy. It looks like pajamas. Women have those jeans, those jeggings, you know.
Yeah.
They look like jeans, but they're leggings. They're
And
jeggings.
leggings. I have leggings. So,
A guy wearing leggings is questionable
yeah,
if he's not working out.
I would say so. Remember our, what's that experience in Waikiki?
Wasabi bistro.
Wasabi Bistro. But we're doing the same, except this time the sushi gets divvied into
Three pieces versus five.
Versus five. But this is another of the specials
It's a new
that's
dish.
going to be introduced in March. This is the Maguro 5 ways.
But it's being split 3 ways.
Yeah, but this is Maguro, Chutoro, Negitoro,
Zuke and aburi.
yes, seared.
Okay, she's gonna do the seared one already. I'm doing the akami because that's like the purest. Okay. Oops, I need to get some wasabi. Oops.
it's also the most boring to be.
I got the wasabi going. Now, when you eat sushi, locals love to throw wasabi in the shoyu and just mix up and make this really pasty concoction. That is actually not in good form in Japan. What you want to do is you want to get a little piece of the wasabi and you just dab it on top of the nigiri. And then you put that. And the best way to put it is to invert it, put upside down on your mouth because you want the sashimi to be on your tongue. For
I lost
maximum
my
flavor.
wrist.
Wow, that'd be good. That's good.
Yeah, Maguro is good. I take back what I said earlier.
It's okay. Has the shoyu ready? a little bit more. Let's see how it goes.
Sean is slow. I'm
Oh,
doing
God.
the chutoro.
I breathe between bites. She's breathing in the meal.
That's the benefit of being a singer. You know when and where to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And?
Fatty good.
Mm.
Fatty good. So good.
Oh my gosh. Chutoro is where it's at.
Yeah.
That texture melts in your mouth. It is the foie gras of the sea.
So this is omurice that Sean really loves. So we had to try that.
Soulfully good. It's like mother's cooking
It
kind of a
looks
thing.
really good.
They actually call it torokeru omurice, which means sort of melt in your mouth,
Oh.
because the egg, the omelet that's on top is scrambled so soft, not runny, but just soft where it actually melts in your mouth, and with the demi-glace gives that kind of that beefy backbone structure. And the rice is not overly ketchupy, it's not overly peppery, it's just got the right amount of seasoning. So you got the little bit of the sweet interplaying with the creaminess and the beef, and it just makes this dish one of my favorites. So I'm gonna dig in here.
This is one of the yoshoku dishes from Japan.
Correct.
Like really comfort food, Western roots, but Japanese adapted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just gonna get some for my.
That egg.
That egg is right. It's
so good.
it's something special.
They adapted ketchup to their diet.
Correct.
So they stir in the ketchup to the rice,
Into the rice.
but it's not overly ketchup.
It just gives a hint of flavor, but that egg is really where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Anyway.
egg is so good. Yummy.
Mm.
So we have finally made it to dessert, and here are our pieces of butter mochi and the creme caramel.
Yuzu.
And Sean grabbed himself the actual plate, so he got the creme caramel, the sauce, and he got the strawberry and the whipped cream.
Mm-hmm.
What a cheat!
I'm the man.
I guess so. He did put in the labor to make, so
Yeah.
he has to have some reward.
I earned it.
Mm-hmm.
Yuzu. Yeah. This mochi with that hint of citrus, that delicate hint. It's so perfumed.
It lightens it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad I got to try this, because the last time I came here, I bought some for takeout because I couldn't eat anymore. But what happened was I left it out, planning to eat it the next morning, but I forgot, so I let it get moldy.
And now that you're sad, you let it get moldy.
Yeah, so
So
I
good.
missed out.
Oh, man. This pudding. So Spanish calls flan, Japanese call it pudding. It's not pudding as in the American sense we think of, Bill Cosby and chocolate pudding. It's a different kind of pudding, but it's really a beautiful silken custard with the creme caramel sauce. It's like eating an egg, like a custard pie, without the crust.
This one is a really feels more eggy than most,
Mm-hmm, yeah.
and not as sweet, and
Yeah.
not like thickened,
Right.
like not gelatinous.
With that burnt caramel note, kind of contrast to the sweet, the slight sweetness, but the more egginess.
I like the egginess, so good.
Mm-hmm.
So if Lena don't want her dessert, I'll eat hers.
I believe.
So good. Alas, my plate is empty. So sad.
That was a lot of food.
But there's always next week. So see you later. Bye
Bye.
bye.